So it's been something I've had on my mind for a while. And basically, today I just want to talk about the kind of philosophy of Minecraft YouTube at the moment and the whole idea that you have to build these big mega projects and do like the most absurd stuff in order to just feel like playing this game in general is worth it. And I felt a bit of this imposter syndrome for the longest time now because I've wanted to record, like I've wanted to record Minecraft content, but I just haven't because I'm already so far ahead in this world, and the further I get, the less I actually want to record it. And I really thought, what is the real reason that people watch Minecraft in the first place? Like, Minecraft YouTubers. I mean, it cannot just be for the giant mega builds, right? Like, I really feel like it's about seeing people's personality put into the builds. And I think that's what really sets it apart from most other games, to be honest. Because, you got, like, games like Garden Warfare 2 that I play on this channel. And there's really not much personality flowing out into that, to be honest. Like, you have the occasional character customization, you have, what else do you really even have? Your name tag? That's really it. It's literally just your gamer tag, the occasional customization on your characters, and that's it. Maybe your backyard battleground. I kind of forgot that's a thing too. I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me because I feel like as Minecraft YouTubers, like the people who do Minecraft YouTube in general, I don't consider myself one. This is a variety content channel, always has been. So I just want to be able to do anything on this channel, like I don't want to have to be limited to one game. Like, I feel like this horse could escape if it wants to, but it hasn't tried. You're kind of sussing me out because I'm worried he's just gonna walk away and just like swim away in the ocean. That'll be it. Also, by the way, I built this farm. I will go out and say right away, this is not my build at all. I just built it completely verbatim almost. Some customizations, like the road and everything are a little bit mine, but I built this from a tutorial. I will leave it down in the description if I remember, or if I don't, just yell at me in the comments if you want to build this yourself. I think it's really nice, and I think bringing the Happy Ghast around here, just to have it roam around, is so cool. And then we have this grain silo here. I actually have wheat in it. I think that's really cool. But whoever had the idea for the mangrove and quartz, so peak. I'm doing like a little chef's kiss with my hand, because it is so good. It goes together so well, and the guy who did make it, he made it before the Pal Gardens were introduced. And he said he would replace this with Pal Oak. And I think it would look good. But I'm in love with this whole, like, modern sort of style that it has going on. It's very, like, sleek, And I think it really separates it from the fact that there are no other builds in this area. Like, if you look around, there's nothing here. Like, it's literally just been a big wheat field that I've been meticulously... the amount of work that's went into this is insane. I've had to, obviously, punch each of these holes. I've had to terraform the land, move all the trees, punch out all the grass, till every single piece of this. It has been a doozy of work. But yeah, let me get back to what I was saying. So, I do think that current Minecraft YouTube does focus too much on these mega projects. And I think it shies away newer YouTubers from coming in and making their own stuff. Because, like, the newer YouTubers, they think that they have to build this big stuff. And of course, we don't have the time. Like me, we other YouTubers who don't do this as their job. Where you really couldn't call them YouTubers in a professional sense. Maybe in a more of a, like, oh, I just do it as a hobby kind of way. But, like, I'm not a professional YouTuber in the sense that I do this as my job. No, I just do this because it's fun and I want a hobby to do, and without it, I feel like I'd be pretty bored, to be honest. So I do think it's important that, like, I do think it's important that we show newer Minecraft YouTubers or people just wanting to get into the space that you don't have to build a giant, like, Death Star megastructure with 50,000 blocks in it. Like, you can just make whatever you want, and it can be way smaller than this. I will go around in a second and show you some of the stupid little builds that I've made in this world, just to give you an idea of the varying, I guess, differences in skill level with the builds, the differences in block composition and effort. Like, not everything you build in Minecraft has to be this big, glorious masterpiece. Right now, if you really strip this down, it looks like it's a sort of mega project, to an extent. But all it is a barn that I took a tutorial from, which, yes, you probably should build these kind of things by yourself, but it's the only build that's going to be in this area, most likely. And I wanted it to look good. I mean, I even mistakenly built the front this way instead of this way, which would make way more sense. It would make way more sense. Maybe I'll switch it eventually, but for now, this is just where this is. And the rest of this is really just a tilled field, and it's just going to be full of wheat, and that's really going to be it. So when you really boil it down, it's just barn, wheat. And there's plenty of YouTubers who have been coming out of the woodwork recently, making, I guess, less complicated, less overly dramatic builds, and just having, like, an authentic survival mode where they just play the game. And this is survival, by the way. I just have a HUD hiding mod, because it annoys me when it's in my face all the time. But yeah, let's do, like, a little world tour real quick. So here, this is my sort of... what would you call this area? I don't really know what to call it yet. It's... the lore for this area is supposed to be that it's a mining colony. So you got this house up at the top. And you got these little, like, hobbit hole homes. And not, like, a crazy amount of effort has went into these. It's just kind of basic. You know, Minecraft. Not the best looking thing ever. We'll sleep quick so we can get rid of this rain and see better. Also, look here. Completely empty. So we'll just close that and pretend there's nothing there. So this area here, back to the whole tour aspect. I have this overgrown, lush area, and I guess I'm kind of insecure. Maybe that's what it is, because, like, objectively, this does look good. Like, I think it does. I don't know, you guys might have to tell me in the comments. Sometimes I build things, and I think they don't look any good. And then, I don't know. Like, is it a mega build? I can't tell sometimes. And I think that really does go back to the problems. Like, I look at all this stuff I've built, and I can't tell if it's any good because I see people building things 5 times bigger in this grand scale, and they use all their unemployment time to do it. But yeah, we have a storage system here. And now I'm getting a little bit insecure because I don't know if I should be proud of it or not. I mean, obviously it's delusional. I think it looks pretty decent. You know, we got like an aquarium here. You don't know, but now you do. The fishes. It's called. But yeah, I feel like I guess I get insecure about the kind of things I build because I see people building things that are so much better, and then it's, you know, dissuades me from making Minecraft content. Just a food for thought. I guess we'll kind of ignore the rest of that message for the moment and continue on with the tour because there's a lot here, and I kind of want to just show you what I've been working on this world for the past year and a half. So this is basically a world that just me and my friend kind of play on every once in a while. Well, he plays every once in a while. I play a little bit too much. Maybe just a little bit too much. But I do play on this world quite a bit. And most of the stuff you see here is mine. We are going to tour that city in a bit, but I do want to kind of save that to last. It is a very big part of the world. Egg. So, over in the distance here, you can see a giant dispenser. Let me just get a good angle. My friend built this giant dispenser, and this is like one of the few mega projects, quote unquote, of course, that he's built. And over there is a Roman Coliseum type deal, or like a court. Not a Coliseum, maybe more of like a court. Kind of reminds me of like the Supreme Court. It's not finished, but it's completely made with quartz, if you can see that. Very ridiculous. I mean, honestly, this is like a screenshot here. That might be the thumbnail. That's ridiculously good looking. Oh my gosh. Look at that picture. That itself could be the thumbnail. It might be. And then over here we have a pizza shop I made. It's Rordan's Pizzeria, you know, like bees. Kind of corny, but I mean, whatever. It's true. Bees. So like, you know, pizzeria. We have different kinds of pizza. I don't know why I don't have a honey pizza. I just thought about that just now. Why haven't I done that? Yeah, this is my pizzeria. I think it looks pretty cool. This is one of the most experimental builds in the server. Using the, what are they called? The nether bricks. This is the only build that I've used nether bricks in. And I think it looks quite good, to be honest. We can do a little bit of a fly around. Like, I think it looks decent. Obviously, some things I'd change about this. Maybe I'd make these here windows, these little dark sprucey things. I would probably turn those into windows. But other than that, like, beautiful lake view of a not so beautiful abandoned village. Eh. But then you have a giant dispenser and whatever that thing is in the background, and I think that looks really cool. One thing I also focused on, and I guess this is kind of becoming a bit of like a Minecraft advice type deal now, for people who want to make their worlds look a bit better. Because if you're going to play Minecraft a lot and be ashamed of your builds, you might as well do something to make them look even better so you're less ashamed of them if you are. I mean, you shouldn't be, regardless. But if there's anything you can do to spruce them up, I think a good thing is making paths and connecting everything together. So every main area in my world is connected together by a path. Just really quickly, before we explore some of this stuff, I am going to show you my world map. So these are the areas that I've explored with this map add-on, which I've only had for a few weeks. The server's a year and a half old. I only recently got a mini-map just to document some of the progress. Holy crap, that looks really good. I haven't taken a look on this on the map yet. Nearly done, by the way. I could probably finish this tonight. Yes, over here we have everything named. So this is Detroit. This is the sort of old-timey 50s style city that I've been making for the past year or so. We have a giant tower here. Some roads that I've been working on. I think the roads actually do look very nice. That's one of my favorite parts about the city. Nice trees, a little, like, fountain here. It's very pixelated, so we'll actually go through this eventually. Of course, the barn that we were just at. We were through this area. This area is called Cyanide Acres. In fact, the entire collection of this island is called Cyanide Acres. But there's different cities within it. So, like, it's just like the entire continent, basically. We have the city here, that's Detroit. Then we have this farming area. There's another mansion area here. This is like the evil mansion. It's full of pillagers and skeleton horses. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And then up here we have Stony Brook, another area of Cyanide Acres. More medieval type area. We got like a spooky forest. This is one of my houses. A friend's house. My boat. My friend's boat. The dock. Some farms. Another actual farm. And then over here, this is where we're going to be heading next. This is Meadowshire. So, Meadowshire is a town that I made all by myself. Like, completely by myself in 2 weeks because I was bored. Like, that was it. I just made a town. And I specifically chose birch as the main theme of the town. And you're getting a view of Stony Brook here, too, as we... What is that? There's a fish. These guys are burning. They're like the burning bros. You're getting a view of Stony Brook, too, as we walk through here. And just look at this, kind of spruce mushroom theme. I don't know what I was exactly going for at the time, but I am very proud of these houses. These are all houses that I made by myself with no tutorial whatsoever. You can kind of tell that they're a bit more, like, built off of whim. My building hasn't been that up to snuff lately. I think the reason that this one looks so good is because I took an actual inspiration photo off of Google. I couldn't find it now, unfortunately. I deleted a lot of the images on my computer. But this one is taken from a real piece of concept art. I think that's why this one looks like it's like, you know, it could be an actual building. And then through here, this is the, I don't even know what to call this. I guess it's just the Stony Brook Forest. It really is just a custom forest I made. You know, I got all this podzol in here. There's a little house there. And then we got giant pumpkins. This is one of my favorite parts. And then a pumpkin house. You can go inside it. And there's pumpkins. Oh yeah, I also installed a plugin to stop the crops from trampling because I was so annoyed with the fact that I was going to be tilling all of that wheat and that somebody could probably just come through and stomp all of it. So I just preemptively put a stop to it, basically. Here is one of my houses. This one's actually abandoned now because I moved, but I can go through it because this one took like a month to actually like make and plan out. Like this was an enchantment room. This is a main kitchen area. I really tried to go off of like making every single room useful for some reason. Like this was all the utility blocks. And then upstairs was more of just like a kind of empty space. I had netherwort here. Oh, that is beautiful looking. Look at that. Beds, extra beds here. Really just decoration. This top floor was mostly useless. It was just kind of to add height. My old bedroom. Not really much in there. This is my old storage area. I do really like this area. This is one of my favorite areas on the server. It's so roomy. You know, there's actually still a lot of stuff here. I'm quite wealthy. As you can see, I am very wealthy. I've been playing on this world a long time, so I just have random areas full of diamonds, gold, iron, and emeralds. We have a banquet hall here. I think this one's actually quite cool, too. This gives me some, like, early Minecraft vibes. I don't know why. Maybe it's the use of the iron stands and these as, like, decorations instead of paintings in the glowstone. It really could be it, honestly. In here we have more storage. This used to be a smithing room. That scared me. Oh my gosh, you scared me. This is Tiberius. I don't ask about the name. I don't know where that came from, bro. I don't know where that name came from. We have Cornbread Phyllis. He's my pet chicken. And DeAndre Whoopi Goldberg. This is my this is one of my many pet cats. Don't ask me where any of these names came from. They're really dumb. And here we have a cart that goes back to the storage system I showed you earlier. So we're not going to be taking that. I don't have a boat at the moment, so I kind of have to... Actually, I can take this path. Yeah, wait, that's what I should be doing. I should be showing off the fact that this is a connected path. So this comes back from the Stony Brook Forest from earlier, and it goes all the way up to Meadowshire. Which, I guess, technically, if I were to consider it in my own headcanon, Meadowshire is a different area compared to Cyanide Acres. So Cyanide Acres is basically, think of it as, like, the country, almost. And then these are the cities within the country, right? This is my own, like, private island. Meadowshire will be whatever ends up being built here. I don't know if I'm gonna, obviously, fill in all of this with houses. That would take years. I mean, maybe eventually, but jeez. That's so far down the line, I don't even want to think about it. I tried making little, like, elements of, like, a camp and, like, oh, people come here. But I never really finished it. I was more focused on running these paths in the first place. And another thing I'm actually really quite fond of, and I think people should do on their servers, is complete electricity infrastructure. I have telephone poles running to almost every house on the server that could have them, and they all connect to a central point. This was like a big project of mine a while ago that I was really proud of, because it was just so fun to kind of do that bit of world building. So we're here in Meadowshire again. Or again, I'm in Meadowshire again. You're not. And this is your first time seeing it, most likely. And I took my time with all these houses to actually decorate them and make it look like people lived in them. even though most likely nobody ever would. I have this weird problem of... I don't know if it's really a problem, but I don't like to do things half, you know? I want there to be windows in my house because I want my houses to be finished and for people to, you know, be able to walk into them, even if that people is just me. So up here we have a sugarcane farm. That's another extension of it. This thing is wildly inefficient. I AFK'd here for an hour earlier. And that's... I got like 15. So, terribly inefficient. I should have made more stacks to it. It's only a 1-stack sugarcane farm, so it's going to be very slow. But yeah, back to what I was talking about. I want to be able to walk through this and, like, see a living, breathing world almost, if that makes sense. I'm going to disable these waypoints. They're kind of distracting. So, one of the things that I thought of here is, okay, this area has a theme to it, and it has things that it trades, and it makes and grows. So, the two things that they do here, actually 3, are that they harvest pumpkins. Of course, you can see a lot of pumpkins around. They import and export birch, or they export birch, sorry, because obviously it's a birch forest, so all their houses are made out of birch. And some of the more expensive areas are made from this brick and granite, like that house that you can barely make out over there. We're going to see that in a second. But the more common people's houses are made out of the birch and cobblestone, which I think I did a decent job of making it look good. I mean, it's not the best work ever, but I do think the roofs look really good. And over here we have a hotel. This is one of the most 2011 style builds on the hotel. The Bildo's Hotel. I don't even remember naming it that, and I don't know what that means. But yeah, I really purposely tried to decorate this one like it was like 2011 Minecraft, basically. Or like 2012. Old school, kind of post-beta, like just post-beta style. And I think I nailed it, honestly. Like, I didn't even strip these logs on purpose, because I wanted it to look older. Then we have a board here. Jordan loves big booty Latinas. What? I don't recall writing that. Okay, I'm gonna ignore that. Okay, back to the tour, the normal stuff. Over here, we have the Power Authority. So, remember earlier I was talking about these telephone lines and how they run everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. I have this Power Authority, and the idea is that this is supposed to be a power wheel that supplies power to everything, and this is like a little waterfall. It doesn't look the greatest. Like, if you just look at it, it's a little bleh. It's a little dilapidated. It's supposed to go off the same sort of vibe that my roller mill in the town that I live at has. Where everything's run down, they don't use it anymore, and this is more at the end of lifespan, basically. So, it's still running, but it's getting to the point where it's going to have to be replaced, and the town is going to fail with their power, basically, and have to have, like, a new method of power. And then here's another expensive roof with bricks. This signifies wealth and kind of like common areas, basically. So when I build a church here, which I do plan on eventually, I don't know quite where I'm going to build it yet. Probably in that area, or maybe a more central area, like right here. I don't know how I'd manage it there, though. There's not a lot of room. Yes, this is the Meadowshire Town Hall. So it's just kind of like a meeting area. Multiple rooms. So like the idea is you wait here. Somebody lets you in, or maybe like there's people here who like check you in or something. And then this is the mess hall. Old school style table, you know. All the little not trapdoors, pressure plates. I could have used trapdoors. I probably should have. This looks kind of cool still, though. Yes, there is lore to this world. It's just very basic at the moment. I haven't really fleshed it out. And then this is another thing that this town is known for, is its Dark Oath. Dark Oath? That's not a word. That's not a word. Dark Oak and Polished Diorite paths. And if you look at it on the map... there we go. It does look really cool, in my opinion. It's the same kind of vibe that I'm trying to go for at this city, where you have these smooth stone, basalt, and cobbled deep slate paths that run all out to a pier, too. But I think it makes it look nice and uniform. And I think that's cool. But yeah, there's just a few more houses here at the moment. I do want to go through and make at least, I'd say, that's the wrong button. I'd say double the amount of houses. You know, expand out here a bit. Expand here. This area. Definitely this area. I think there's a lot here that can be done. But we'll move on to another area. Get to fly over Stony Brook now. And I guess I'll show you the dock quick. Zoop. Diving. So my friend built this here. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be. I believe it's a tutorial build. This is where we get all our wool. As you see, I hardly hang out here these days, so... Oh no, I think it's all coming down here, I believe. Or is this supposed to take it? Yeah, it's supposed to take it down here. That's weird that he set it up like that, but whatever. Yeah, I believe this whole area is kind of like a tutorial build. This is my friend's ship. I think the ship looks quite cool. Look at that. Very nice and, like, ship looking. I don't have anything else to say about it. It just looks like a nice ship. I like the layering with the wood. That is something to say. And here we have a nice little quaint farmhouse. This is kind of one of the other things that gave me the idea for doing that giant wheat field back there. The first part of it was actually seeing Mumbo Jumbo in the new Hermitcraft season. He did like a little valley of wheat with his new house, and I thought, what if I just make a giant valley of wheat? Like, how cool that would be. So that's what I did. And then in here we have a giant root cave. It literally, every single block on the walls and the ceiling here is oak. I have a problem, I know. But it's literally just here for growing trees, and I hardly ever chop them down. It was all completely an aesthetic project, but it was so fun nonetheless. And then here we have a more kind of just main hub area. This is... So the way most of this worked is we didn't build, like, starting here and out or starting here and out. Everything's centralized here and here on these two mountains. So if you look at this mountain now, actually going to free camp so it's easier. There's nothing here. Originally there was a giant dirt like vortex spire. I can literally only describe it as like a dirt tower that got wider as you went up basically. So it looked like a dirt tornado. That's the best way I could have described it. I took it down because it was ugly. My friend built it. I did not. He was a little annoyed, but he understood that it was for the good of the server. Up here, could take the elevator, but I don't feel like it. This is my first house. And the idea with this one is it originally started with one layer. Then I added another, and then I added another, and then I added an attic. And then I moved out because it got too confusing to navigate through. Still have loot here. Still have a little bit of booty. But you can kind of see the vibe that the house was going for. It's a community house now, so anytime somebody joins this, I just kind of... Anytime a friend joins, I just kind of, like, say, like, oh, hey, you can just live in here for now. While you're getting sorted out. I do like the idea of it. It's kind of, almost like a hostel. It's an actual real-life thing. You live there, you work there to, like, maintain the area, and you get to live there for free. As long as you take care of it. And I think that's a really nice idea. Alright, so I showed all of this off. We got a lighthouse here, too. I can't think of anything else. Besides this giant pavilion. The big elephant in the room. This is one of the biggest builds on the server. If not the biggest, comparative to that tower. These are like the two wonders of the world, basically. Nothing gets much bigger than these. So, this one was quite the doozy to make, even though it is quite skinny. And I did plan on eventually, like, adding another layer to it of logs that went up and down. But I never did do that. So, it's just kind of this giant weird pavilion. Let me know if I should do something with this, or, like, what I could do, because I really don't know what I could do here. Or what I could use this for, to be honest. It just kind of exists. Everything that's important in the world centers around this pavilion, and it's completely by accident. You can see almost everything from here. Which wasn't intentional. At least not at the time, but now that I think of it, like, a great coincidence it is. This is one of my friend's houses here. I think that looks quite nice. Alright, and then we have 2 more areas to go through. One of them is this Detroit. It's called Detroit. That's what this area is called. It is supposed to be a 50s inspired city, like I said. This is what the first build here. It's a giant hotel. And this is the check-in room. And then we have a ballroom on the 2nd floor. This area is pretty cool. Sort of like a modern type vibe. I really like it. And then we have, we have a PvP room. This is like a dueling room, basically. I set up like a little course. And there was originally kits, but I did not maintain them, obviously. You would just go fight with like wooden swords and iron armor. It was cool. It was a cool little thing. I don't use it much anymore, so it's just kind of a waste of space, but still cool nonetheless. And then obviously we have a little speaker here. Listen to like Pig Step or something. That would make for a pretty cool battle, to be honest. And then if we come up here, it takes you up through all the floors except the battle floor, because that needs to be isolated. And each one of these floors. So I'm just going to let this take me to the top quick, and then we'll free cam, because I'm not going to go through all of these. Almost every single floor, if not all of them, actually, are filled with rooms. Oh, we have a grave up here. This one's not done, this one isn't 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 done. But this one is, 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 and this one, and this one, and this one. So there's about six or 7, maybe 8 rooms that aren't done. I keep on pressing the wrong button. Keybind's messing up. About half the tower's technically done. The other half is not. I don't know if I'll ever finish it. It's extremely tedious and boring. Oh, I did not mean to punch. Why did I do that? I'm sorry. I don't know why I did that. That was the wrong button. Animal cruelty live. We have a little border house, of course. And this is the entrance into the city. I wish it was a little bit more grand. And maybe I'll make it so like you can go through here eventually, like through this building. But I don't know yet. Yeah, this is Detroit. This is the industrial kind of 50s style, early, not early, like more mid New York, you know, like obviously not colonies days, but further ahead. Just without all the lights, basically. Well, all the fancy billboards. But yeah, it's not done yet, but I think it's getting there. Some of these buildings are quite ugly. Like, this one was kind of rushed, to be honest. And I kind of have a bit of a regret with not making it look better, but that's just kind of the way it is. This one's really cool, though. I don't know what it is exactly. It'll probably be a sort of bookshop or something. Oh, you know what would be cool? Like a Harry Potter style, like, floating candles and bookshelves. I think we can make this wizard themed. I think that'd be sick. I've been watching a lot of Harry Potter lately. Look at how cool the barn looks. From, like, just up ahead. Looking all snazzy. Now, this is actually the last area around here that I made myself. And by around here, I mean within, say, 800 blocks, 1,000 blocks of spawn. So this is the... I don't know what to call it. It's basically the evil hotel. I'll show you. I rehabilitated a bunch of pillagers by making them break their crossbows. There's another one here, too. And then, I have 4 skeleton horses. A whole trapped horse fleet spawned here one day, so I saved all of them. And now they live here. Alright. One more area to show you. And good thing it's raining, so that means we can get there. So this is a newer area I'm working on. It's way far separated from the main area, and it's kind of regretful, but it kind of ties into the lore of the area. So it's called the Ruins of Leto Mons, and if I remember correctly, that means the runes of the Green Mountain, or the Lush Mountain, it's Latin. So a lot of these places are named with Latin. You can hardly see that, but that says Tenebris Celtis Statium. Oh yeah, edit. Yeah, there we go. You can see the actual name of it. The font is way too small. But yeah, I did a lot of Latin names for my places. This one's the Isle of Shrooms. It's a mushroom island. So yeah, this is the new house I made recently. After I moved out of that old one I showed you earlier. I just kind of needed somewhere where I could store everything that I didn't want to store in the storage system. And sort of have an HQ to plan out new projects. Like, all my wealth is here, basically. I'm quite rich, to be honest. And I got an enchantment set up, potion set up, bedroom set up. Little library type dealy. Empty room, I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. Stone cutter, kitchen. Super smelter. And then out here is the actual runes part. So I decided that the house would basically be built off of these runes. So we have here like another fallen area, and it's kind of just interconnected with the house. And I thought that was really cool. The exact kind of vibe I'm taking this from is sort of Steven Universe inspired. Actually a goated show. People hate it, though, for some reason. Like, this is inspired by the warp pads from the show. I needed a beacon here, just to get around faster, and I thought, okay, make it look like a warp pad. That would be super cool. So that's what I did. So that's that. We got some floating rocks. A little pond down here. The lodestone, now that they're finally reasonably craftable. And then up here, we have an actual rune. And a zombie that I caught on Halloween. I totally forgot he was there. Actual W pick. He's been there for, well, a month now, nearly. About 3 weeks. And then up here we have another rune. Don't know exactly what this one served a purpose for at first. Maybe a sort of barracks. Or a blacksmith shop. I could make like a forge here or something. It needs to look run down, but repurposed. That's kind of the idea that I'm going for. So, like I said, it's kind of like a Steven Universe kind of vibe. Where they live in the house, but the house is built off of the old temple. So it's, you know, it's new meets old. And I think that's a really nice vibe. So eventually there'll be, you know, other little towers like this one, but fully constructive and not disheveled, all around this area, this whole mountain. It's gonna be a probably year-long project. I'm not actually focused on this completely at the moment, but it is going to be my sort of end game base eventually. Up here we have a hot air balloon. That's a creeper farm too. Down here we have Blackrock, like the company. This is basically a stony shore that got turned into what is it called? Blackstone, which I think is really nice. And then one of my friends built this absolutely humongous castle within the first 2 weeks of joining, and now he hardly plays. But he said he was going to hop on soon eventually, so that would be cool to see what else I can exploit him into building. Because he did make some of the buildings in the city over here, so maybe I'll outsource him for that, because he made this giant castle and that there in 2 weeks, like I said, and it's very reminiscent of those old Minecraft tutorial worlds where I just have this sense of wonder going through it, because I wasn't the one who built it, you know, like, somebody else built this, and every time I come here, I feel like I find something new. Like, I found a hidden vault in here one time. This would be its own video itself, going through this whole castle. I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Maybe keep the mystery alive a bit. Because I don't even know where all the floors are here, to be honest. Maybe I'll do, like, a actual Minecraft gameplay video eventually. I'm going to end off the video here. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. I do have a Discord server down in the description. You can join that. And almost every Saturday, we do a movie or game night on the Discord server. 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah, you can probably look forward to that, and I will see you guys later. Bye.